Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum CSPro users. Tutorial on trace function. Tracing in programming, understanding application, execution, and debugging with CSPro. In early versions, we typically use the error message function to examine the results and observe the behavior of an application. But this approach proved to be quite time consuming. After adding the functionality of tracing, it becomes much easier to understand the operation of an application. Tracing message can be displayed in a window or saved to a file. To activate tracing, we employ the on keyword, and to deactivate tracing, we use the off keyword enclosed within parentheses. What is the difference between an error message function and tracing? Let's gain clarity through an illustrative example. I'm using the same application that I previously used for the valueset.sort function. In the initial run, I'm using the error message function to display the output within the for loop. When we get focus on question 21, the loop will repeat 4 times, and on each repetition, the message will display the chosen name and PID. To continue, press F8 every time. To avoid this hassle, use the trace function. To activate the trace function, use trace. We will the flexibility to activate it at the level procedure, form procedure, or field procedure. I will activate it at the field procedure level. Type trace after on focus, place on within the parenthesis, and terminate the statement with a semicolon at the end. Substitute the terms error message with the trace keyword. That's it. Upon running the application, the message will be displayed within a window rather than as error message. When we get focus on question 23, the messages will be displayed within a window in a continuation. If you are interested in turning off the trace function after the completion of the loop in question 21 and don't to run on question 23, then type trace and place off within the parenthesis and terminate the statement with a semicolon at the end. You can type after or before the post-proc procedure. Now when you get focus on 23, the trace function will not run. Let's examine. Run the application. Select the respondent in question 21. The trace function runs once only for question 21. Press enter to continue. When we get focus on question 23, the trace function will not execute. What happens when we execute the application on Android? Will the trace function exhibit any messages in the window? Let's examine. Deploy and execute your application on the tablet. When you get focus on question 21, no trace window will appear. So we come to the conclusion that any trace statements output to a window will be ignored. So how can we achieve this on Android devices? On Android or on Windows, we can save messages in the text file by using the file name. Place a comma after the on keyword and enclose the file name within double quotation marks. If the file name does not contain a directory, the file will be placed in the application folder. So in our case, the file will be saved in the application folder. That's it. Save your changes and execute the application. When you focus on question 21, no message window will pop up, but the results will be saved in the text file named trace file. You can find this file in the application folder, whether you are using the Windows operating system or Android. Deploy and execute your application on the tablet. When you get focus on question 21, no trace window will appear, but the result will be saved in a text file named trace file. Now let's go to the application folder. You will find trace file in the application folder. Open this file in a text editor to view it. This is the method to monitor your logic within the trace file when working on Android. When you include the term clear after the file name, each time you focused on question 21, the file's contents will be cleared before new contents are written. In contrast, if you do not use clear, the contents will be continuously appended to the end of the file. I hope that this tutorial will assist you in effectively using the trace function to enhance your application development skills. For further information, please consult the built-in help resources in CSPro. Keep learning and goodbye.